Westeros!
And welcome to our Morning Throners podcast.
I'm Nelson.
And I'm Jeff.
And we're the fucking Morning Throners.
And welcome back to another episode of your favorite Song of Ice and Fire podcast. We are your Morning Throners coming in hot with episode 1 of House of the Dragon season 2. Nelson?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Pretty good.
Are you flying right now?
I want to see what your thoughts are first before I say anything.
Man, they took us on a roller coaster through the Seven Kingdoms there for a little bit.
What do you mean? Like we were all over place to place?
We're just bouncing around. I'm taking just kind of quick notes of like kind of where we're at, who we're seeing. And I mean, we were all over the place. You know, I mean, it was fast moving.
Start up north, bounce down to Storm's End for a little bit. After that, it was pretty much just Dragonstone and King's Landing, right?
Yeah, but it was just like people back and forth. Like you weren't kind of chilling with one. So it was like
I was noticing that. Yeah.
The first thing I said was like I need to rewatch this just because I'm sure, just like conversations. Like I didn't even catch too much of like the wall convo.
Yeah, now I know what you're saying because I was like looking down, like trying to every time like it switched from one character to another, I was trying to like write down like as just like a little bullet, like just of who it was, so you could remember to talk about it. And I just felt like it was switching every 10 seconds by the time I was writing it.
And they kind of whisper. Some people whisper. Like Laris is hard to hear.
Are you not a subtitles guy?
I probably will on the rewatch. I try not to because then I end up reading it and then like not seeing stuff, which I don't care for.
But there was a time when like Helena was like the scene started and Helena was like whispering some bullshit and there was no subtitles. So I'm like, okay, I guess we're not supposed to know what
they don't want you to know that.
Yeah.
But not what I expected the episode to end at.
Yeah, so let's get your thoughts on that at the end. This is I'm sure I've mentioned it to you before, but we actually haven't talked anything about House of the Dragon 2 in depth at all, really, since the end of season 1.
Yeah, no.
This is something that they call blood and cheese. I don't know if they actually said. I think they said cheese in the.
I've heard of blood and cheese. I've heard that like we'll see blood and cheese, but I didn't know what that even meant.
In this episode, did they call those two guys blood and cheese at all? I don't even remember. I feel like they called the rat catcher cheese. That's why it's called, this event is called blood and cheese because
of these two guys
in Fire and Blood. Yeah, it's like a rat catcher is known as Cheese and then like a brute from the city an ex-city watchman who was known as Blood.
Yeah.
So, or that's what they went down in history as. So,
gotcha.
I don't know if they actually said those names in the episode. I feel like they maybe said cheese, but I feel like they didn't say blood at all.
Yeah, I don't even know if I heard cheese, but like they definitely were calling him like a rat, and obviously Helena was worried of the rat, like she had seen it, but it's unsure. She must have dreams like she has to. I'm thinking of the guy's name in the book.
In Duncan Egg?
No. Well, yeah, him too. Like you have to. What's the guy that's with Bran?
Jojen.
Jojen. Like he has to just like he can't. It's not. You know, in writing what's going to happen, she has to kind of interpret.
Yeah, like the sea is coming to Winterfell, right? When the Greyjoys come to Winterfell, that thing. Like it's not crystal clear. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Also, like the rats scurrying has been like a thing like throughout season 1 even, and I was like kind of wondering if that was like related to Cheese because he was a rat catcher, but it seems like it was.
Yeah.
Helena basically said, right, that was like her cryptic line of the episode was something about.
I'm not afraid of the dragons. I'm afraid of the rats.
Exactly. Yeah, which I guess is. Because Cheese is a rat catcher is where that leads to. I'm not 100% sure, but that's what makes sense.
Well, or she just knew that dude was coming for her son. But yeah, no, I mean, I thought it was the best. Now that I'm like, oh shit, it's the best way to kind of get even, but also keep all the main players at play.
Yeah,
I was like, they're not gonna fight episode 1. Like it's too early.
Yeah, it was weird. Like because the plan was to kill Aemond. Right, like the whole plan, like when we finally find out like what we're gonna do, and I think Daemon even says it really on to like Rhaenys. She lands in like the second scene, and he's like, "Get back on the dragon. We're gonna go kill Aemon." Like he's the target, and they're calling. He says son for a son, meaning Aemon, meaning Alicent's son. In the books, Jaehaerys, like one of Helena has another son. There's 2 sons.
Okay,
and basically one of Helena's sons is because Rhaenyra and Aegon are kind of equivalents, right? Because he's the king, she's the queen.
King and
so
a queen.
The queen's son is equivalent to Aegon's son, not Alicent's
Right.
son. Right.
Right. No one gives a fuck about the second son, Aemond, even though he's a good fighter with Vhagar.
Yeah, in the books, this was kind of the target the whole time. They were going after Helena's son.
Okay, gotcha.
The other cool thing, cool, horrific thing that was in the books that wasn't in this scene in the show was because it was kind of planned to be like this, they knew that Helena brings all her children to see Alicent every night before bed. So they actually go into Alicent's bedchamber because it's in the Tower of the Hand. They can't get into Maegor's because, like we know from A Song of Ice and Fire, Maegor has no secrets. So they go into the Tower of the Hand. Don't go to Otto's room. Go to the room below, which is where Alicent lives. They tie her up and just wait because they know Helena's going to bring the kids. Helena brings the kids. So Alicent's there tied up witnessing them.
Instead, everything. She's tied up in Kristen Cole.
Yeah, exactly. And then, so in the books, they tell, again, she has two sons. She has the twins, boy and girl, and then she has a younger son. And they make Helena choose.
And that's why she points to Jaehaerys?
Well, in the book, she chooses the younger, and I think they kill the elder. So I think they still kill.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, there's still an heir then, which is different than what we're dealing with.
Well, they know who is who. They were just fucking with her. They're like, choose a son.
Right. But I'm saying, and I'm not really worried about the book because I'm never going to read it. But I know. The show, there's not a third son.
I just feel like the book scene is a little bit more fucked up. Normally, the show kind of tries to crank it up even more than the book did. Like, I'm thinking Red Wedding, there's no Rob's wife getting her pregnant baby stabbed out, right? They're like cranking it up even more.
Isn't there more at stake with no actual heir now?
For sure.
So
yeah.
It also seemed like they were like hacking off the kid's face or like...
Yeah, that was kind of gruesome.
Like that wasn't like a stab to the neck and let's be done with it. That was I don't even know.
In the books, Damon wanted proof.
Oh, they're definitely taking his head back then.
Yeah, I think that's what that was, yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's jump in from the beginning. Let's just...
Yeah. First thing, new intro. What'd you think of that?
New intro. Hard to read.
Yeah, could you tell what any of it was?
There was a bunch of dead men lying in front of a castle. That's all I could make out.
I think pretty early on I guessed, I'm not 100% sure. I only watched it once, and then when I was waiting for you to join, like a couple minutes, I was trying to go through it. So I think it's maybe the Targaryen history starting with the Doom of Valyria. I agree, It's hard to read. I don't know if I like it. It's really hard to tell exactly what's going on and like put actual names to faces. At least on a first watch, maybe it'll be better.
There was one where people were kneeling in opposite directions, but they looked like not Targaryens, like they had brown hair. So
I think it starts with the Doom of Valyria. Then there's one with 3 people on dragons. Again, this is just because I was rewatching it while I was waiting for you, and that's pretty much all I saw. So I'm thinking it's probably Targaryen history.
So it's Aegon and the sisters.
Yeah. At the end, I think there's 2 people on thrones. I was thinking that might have been Aenys and Maegor, who are Aegon the Conqueror's 2 children, but then it just like cut off. So now I'm actually thinking those are probably like Rhaenyra and Aegon. And that,
taking us up to where we are now.
Yeah. So
interesting. Yeah, I don't know if I like it. Okay, like, yeah, a cool concept. Like, I'm all for a new intro.
Yeah, it just needs to be more clear.
It just doesn't make any sense. Like, at least last year or last season's intro, you could see the sigils, right? And blood was filling up, so kind of. But yeah, we'll see what. I think
the same problem as last year's one is like cool concept. They just don't linger on any of the things enough to like let us understand what's happening. Yeah, in the Game of Thrones one, it's like imagine like going through all the gears and cogs and like cutting the second you realize this is Winterfell. Like we realize it's Winterfell. We see the trees coming up. We see the we get to admire what it is. Here it's like, oh, as soon as you think you might know what it is, we cut to the next thing.
But they were like also kind of spoiling stuff in the last intro, right? Like weren't people dying like with blood kind of?
Well, I think it would update retroactively, like not until the episode
after the spoil.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, so let's get in. First scene, I think we're up north, right?
We're up on the wall, which this was Jace and Torrhen Stark, right? Which Torrhen isn't in charge of Winterfell.
Well, so it's Jace and Cregan. Cregan is talking about Torrhen. I think he's actually talking. I was wondering if it was a different Torrhen. It's hard to tell with the Starks because they always choose like 4 names.
Dude, and they can't talk, right? The guy was talking with mumble mouth.
He literally sounded like it was like when you do your Ned Stark accent. Like it literally was like worse than that.
Ned Stark accent.
Or you know what it sounded like? It's that video you love of Maisie Williams and Sophie Turner pretending to do the Sean Bean accent. That's what this guy sounded like. I didn't like it. I was like, dude, are you kidding me? Like this is bad.
I I couldn't really understand him. I'm like, okay, he's talking about the importance of the wall. Like,
he was telling a story about a Stark Tauren who joined the wall, like at the beginning. But then it sounded like he was also talking about Tauren, the king who knelt, which wouldn't have been anywhere near the beginning of the wall. That was only a couple hundred years ago. Also, I really don't like how they're talking about others. Like, no one should believe in that shit.
Why?
No one believes in it.
The North people, but the North do. It doesn't sound like anybody else really gives a fuck, but the wall people do.
Ned did it. Ned doesn't in Game of Thrones. That's not that much later.
Well, yeah. Well, this Tauren Stark just knows that they built the wall for something else. That's what you're kind of saying. Like,
he said death.
Death is on the other side.
Dude, that was so cringy.
Yeah.
I thought that was so cringy. Like, unless he's seen an other.
Right.
Like, shut the fuck up.
And is he even like a wall? Like, should he be at Winterfell? Like, why is he at the wall?
Yeah.
Why did they do this meeting at the wall? It was just kind of weird that they brought the wall in. Like, why are we even there? No one cares.
Yeah. Are we going to be back there? I hope not. Like, they better not have like others show up. I mean, I was thinking about it though, and I was talking to some of the people in the Discord about it. Like, what's the point of introducing the prophecy, like Aegon's prophecy, at all?
Yeah.
Like, how are they going to pay that off in this show?
Well, because they had to confuse the two Aegons of who is going to be the Aegon.
Okay, I guess that makes sense. You added just to be the confusion.
Right. Alicent needed to hear that Aegon was the prince that was promised, and she thinks it's her Aegon versus...
Yeah, that's a good point. And they haven't followed up on it. Well, they kind of did a little bit with Rhaenyra and Daemon, but not too much. So, okay, maybe they just drop it. I think that would be the best thing. I don't like the idea of like having too big of a North plot line going on.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's just me because it doesn't really happen in the book. So maybe I'm just being snobby.
I mean, if they're not going to stop this war to go fight the wall, like fight at the wall, like they're not joining up, right? So, yeah, it was just one I didn't expect to be at the wall because I just thought we would be at Winterfell, but whatever.
There was a scene at the wall in a trailer, so I kind of knew we were going to see it at some point. So I'm glad it's over with. Wasn't that bad? One
and done. But so the Starks are just old men, just a bunch of old men going to fight for Rhaenyra.
So the way it works is like winter in the books, it's about to be winter, and we know we've heard this in the main series too. At winter time in the North, pretty much just like they kind of figure out how much food they have and count it up, and they're like, okay,
it's time to survive, not to fight.
No, they count up how much food they have, they count up how many people they have, they figure out like we have 1,000 people, we only have food for 800. 200 oldest people, see you later. And I think they had this thing where they normally either like go to the wall or they literally just like walk out into the snow and freeze to death as like a sacrifice to the...
What?
I think we've heard this in the... like winter gets rough up north. I think they still do that Jon Snow time.
You read that in the history book. No way.
But like...
We haven't even had a winter in the books. Like they're not talking about that. They definitely didn't talk about that in the books. Unless it's coming up in book 4 and 5.
Maybe they only talk about it in Fire and Blood then. Because I think that's kind of what's happening here is this guy saying, hey, winter's coming. We have extras.
We got 2,000 old men.
We're not going to need... Yeah, like they're going to die anyway when winter comes. So
they'd probably rather go to war than... like they're going to get a hot meal at war.
Exactly. Probably. I don't think they're upset about it. Yeah. Better than walking out into the snow. So.
Or I'd go to the wall back then. Like, all right, fuck it. Like, let's go drink meat on the wall. That's an old man.
Yeah. Yep.
But, but then they find out, Jace finds out Luke's dead. Letter from Dragonstone.
Yeah, he gets a letter. So that's a lot of this episode. There's a lot of mourning.
We just kind of popped around really quickly. Like, we weren't sitting anywhere to, like, really bask in any emotion, I think.
Yeah.
It's a little fast. But I guess there's a lot of stuff to cover.
I didn't love the episode.
I thought it was fine.
I mean, they had the big moment at the end. Again, it wasn't huge for me because I kind of knew it was coming. That the way they did it was slightly different than the book, so kind of surprised there. But yeah, I thought that like the North stuff was. I
mean, it's building. I guess it's one episode, but again, like this is an episode. I'm kind of getting like season 8. Like there's only 7 left, right? Yeah. So like we kind of wasted an episode. Like they could have killed this kid. You could have killed him earlier on. I guess. Like we wasted too much time of like. Do I care that Alicent got munched on and was riding Kristen? Like did we need both of those scenes? But
Yeah. So before we get to that, we go back to Dragonstone. Rhaenyra's showing up. We kind of learn there's a blockade going on, and Daemon's pissed. He wants to go get Aemond.
Yeah. Who did you say shows up? What's her name again? The aunt?
Rhaenys.
Okay.
Rhaenys. She shows up.
Yeah. I had a couple times where I was like, damn, what's Rhaenys' name and what's Helena's name? Like I should have gone back and like I'd sent actually the video that you sent to Danny so that she could watch, but like I didn't.
Watch it yourself.
But like whatever, those names didn't matter. And I didn't remember the Valerian's last name for a second, but then
as long as you know who they are, like their relation to everybody else.
But yeah, he wants to go kill Vagar and Aemond, and she's just not having it. She's like, look, I've been blockading the whole day. Like, I'm going to bed.
She's like, yeah, you're not the king or something like that, which is like, he is the king. Okay, right? So yeah.
Does he just not have any authority, or is she just saying?
It's weird.
Yeah, she's just like, I'm your aunt. Fuck off. I don't care.
Yeah, seniority. I'm out. So they got to Rhaenyra. She's at Storm's End, just like pissed.
Storm's End doesn't look like Storm's End.
Yeah, it looks kind of.
You can't be happy. You can't be happy. It looked like Hightower. I thought she was at Hightower because it was just a tower.
Yeah,
for a second, then I'm like, oh, okay.
Really big. They should have made the normal walls bigger. Like, it's just small. It like looks too. It's not. It's a tower enough. It's just too straight up. Yeah, exactly. So I don't love Storm's End either.
That's not my Storm's End. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, and I'm pissed because Jace, he mentions it in passing, like when he comes back to Rhaenyra, that he also won the Veil. He won Lady Aaron, as long as they give her like a dragon to protect her. Like, I was hoping that we were going to see like the Veil, big budget. You want to see
the Veil?
I love that castle, like, or the
Eyrie. Yeah, because we only ever saw really inside of the Veil.
Yeah, that one shot from outside, and but it's when Tyrion and them were walking up to it. In the first season, but that's low budget first season. That's what I'm saying. I wanted some big budget House of the Dragons dragon at the Eyrie. But
so we just get Rhaenyra looking at Storm's End, right? So we find out kind of from Rhaenys that she needs proof. She wants proof of the body. So and then we kind of go to Valerion's ship being all fucked up.
Corlys is at the dock. Kind of weird.
Yeah, like why are okay? His ship's fucked up. He's limping around. And did they find something of Luke's? Like, was it a dagger or something?
I think it's just like that's like the dock worker, and the dock worker is friends with the blacksmith, and he's like, "Hey, this is from the blacksmith. That thing you requested."
They got it finished.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, "Oh, this thing you commissioned."
But
for
like,
Luke.
We spent a lot of time on this dock worker and the ship. Like, is this just his personal ship? They need to get that out on the sea.
Well, that dock worker also saved Corlys. Right. Is
this dock worker going to be more important in the future? They gave him a name, Alan. Alan, the dock worker. So, I don't know. I mean, it was just like, all right, this ship's fucked up. Like, who fucked up Corlys' his ship? Was that a stepstone fight?
Yeah, what was the last time we saw Corlys?
He was dying, and then he walked in and pledged his navy to Rhaenyra. I think that was it. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so after I think Laenor dies. No, he runs away. He's still alive.
But they don't know that. After Laenor dies, he like fucked off for 6 years, went to the Stepstones. He comes back like shortly after Vaemond gets killed, right, in last season.
Yeah, his brother. Okay.
Vaemond gets killed. He comes back shortly after, and he's injured, like you're saying. I think this guy, I guess, is the guy who saved him in that battle, hence why he was injured. But I thought it was weird how long they spent on it too. Yeah.
Okay. So he wants to get back out to the blockade. Moving on.
King's
we're
Landing.
Back in Green Camp. First sign of Green Camp.
They got some defenses, scorpions and stuff, season 8 style. Eric with an A is on the wall,
which is kind of weird that they hadn't needed the scorpions for a while because it takes some time till we see the scorpions introduced in the original season.
Qyburn invents them.
This is look at this. Like we just kind of forgot that we once needed these. Yeah. But that was Eric with an A.
Eric with an A is on the greens. Eric with an E is on the. Not that it matters.
It doesn't. There. What's Olenna called? Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Left and right.
Left and right. They're left and right.
Yeah. So Aemon's back. That's what they see on the wall. And Aegon's looking for Jaehaerys. This was another scene I thought was stupid, unless you can tell me that there was some importance to it, where Aegon wants to get Jaehaerys to bring him.
It's a stupid point. Like the kid is not meant to be in the small council. He's not learning anything there. He's just being Aegon is
and Aegon lets him fuck around. Like I felt like the only point was to get the kid on screen before he died.
That was it. No, that was it. They introduced him, and they got Helena to say something about the rats, so that you're looking for the rats left and right.
Yeah, it felt a little forced. I don't know. I didn't love that scene either. Was there anything good, actually important in the council chamber? I guess
before they get to that, Alicent's getting munched down by Kristen. Which they weren't together last season, right? This is introduction of like them now being sexually into each other.
I don't think there was any sexual stuff last time. Yeah, correct.
Is that in the book?
I don't think so. There might be hints of it.
Kristen's just flipping sides left and right.
It's not even confirmed that he and Rhaenyra are sexual in the book. It basically says like either she approached him and said no, or he was either she approached him and he said no, or he approached her and she said no, and then that's when they broke off. But yeah, I don't think anything actually happened in any of the stories in the book.
I mean, is this just like a love triangle plot twist? Like,
I don't know what they're gonna do with it.
Okay.
I guess Alicent doesn't have a husband anymore, so like Viserys isn't around to like find out and get pissed off. Like Helena just found out. Right, she ran in on him at the end.
Yeah.
I feel like Aemon wouldn't love it, but Aemon was chilling with Kristen Cole.
It sounds like those two are boys. I think Aemon knows. The way Aemon looked at him, I think he knows.
Yeah, I was wondering that too.
We'll get there. So small council. The Vale in the north didn't answer them,
and then we find out they're on the other side.
That's like the one thing we find out. And Rhaenyra didn't answer the apology in terms that they sent. So
yeah, so they're kind of setting it up kind of even, right? North and the Vale are on Rhaenyra's side. Hightower and Lannister are on
the green side.
Dorne isn't part of the realm at this point.
Riverlands are kind of up in the air,
which is just like every war. It sucks to be the Riverlands.
Yeah, right in the middle. You never want to be in the middle.
Yeah, same thing happens in War of the Five Kings. Yeah, they just get shit on. They do say that they're going to reach out to Greyjoy, see if he can get some boats for them because they got the boats on the other side.
Yeah.
Aemon wants to go to the Riverland, but basically, so that's like kind of the contention, right? Like it comes up, Aemon wants to fight, Christian Cole kind of wants to fight, Alicent and Otto are like, no.
Aegon wants to fight too. Aegon's like, let's give me Vhagar and Sunfire. Let's go burn these motherfuckers down. Let me burn the blockade first.
He doesn't seem to be too motivated either way.
Well, it's like I'm going to send Vhagar, but maybe I'll ride behind Vhagar. He'll do all the work, and I'll just kind of fly through.
Yeah, but as soon as Alicent or Otto's like, yeah, maybe we shouldn't do that, he's like, yeah, maybe you're right. I don't care. Like, he doesn't care too much.
No, he just likes sitting on the chair.
Yeah, exactly. Just getting drunk with his pals. Yeah.
The blockade's hurting them, right? Like they're like, we can't fuck with this for too long.
Yep.
But yeah, Hightowers want to use patience. The other people want to fight.
Then one of my favorite characters who shows up a couple times at this episode, Larys.
Ew, he's your favorite character?
I just like the scenes with him. He's like, he's conspiring, right? What's he do here? He shows up in Tusk.
He tells Alicent basically like, hey, I came to see you, but you were partaking with Kriston.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, you were busy.
I was trying to come look at them feet.
And he says that he killed
the old staff. They can't trust the staff people.
Well, so I was wondering about this. And I think it's when Viserys.
I couldn't heard the name. Like again, they're whispering, which is stupid.
I don't know if they said the name. They pretty much just said the staff. But I think he said like the staff was questioned about like who
could be trusted,
leaked on us or whatever. And I think it was. I was like, leaked on what? And I think it was one of the people told Mysaria.
Who the fudge is Mysaria?
The White Worm.
The White Worm. Gotcha.
One of the servants told her that Viserys had died, right? They were trying to keep it a secret so they could do all the moves before anybody found out, and somebody told Mysaria about it.
Gotcha. And who did she tell? I mean, what did she do with that info?
I don't know. It ends up, at least that's what happened.
She was weird too. Like, even why is she on the ship by herself? Like, well, it's coming up, but all right, whatever. But there's new staff, and like, Larys picked the staff. Like, that's obviously it's a red flag to Alicent. Like, she doesn't even want to bathe with them.
Yeah. Oh, is that what that was? I was wondering what that Alicent basking was. I was like, why is this even here? Is she just like scrubbing herself really hard because she feels grossed out by?
No, I think she's
something?
I think she's anxious about the people around her.
Gotcha. Okay, makes sense. Then we're back to Rhaenyra. She finds Arax's wing and maybe part of Jace.
Part of a cloak. I think it was just
definitely part of his cloak or something. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think there's not like an arm laying around, but they did that with the wing.
He has the wing.
I'll tell you what, her dragon's not very big.
No, Cyrax, not really. Good sized dragon.
I don't know how they're gonna. I don't know how they take down Vhagar. They must 5v1 him.
Vhagar's good boy to have. Good girl to have, I guess.
It's massive. It's not even fair. It's not even fair.
Yeah.
And it's not like they don't have other ones too, right? They have like at least a handful more, but.
Yep, Aegon has one at least.
I'd be curious that Aegon has one, and I think Helena has one.
Helena has one. Yep.
So they at least have 3.
Yeah, I guess that would be it though.
But like Jace's has got to be like baby still. Like if it's anything like Luke's.
Yeah, exactly. Same size as Luke's pretty much.
But so I'm saying Rhaenys is the next biggest one? What's that? Meraxes?
Melees.
Melees.
I mean, Cyrax probably. Daemons. Daemons would be 2.
I thought Cyrax was Rhaenyra.
Caraxes, is it? What did I say?
Caraxes.
I say Cyrax.
You said Cyrax.
Caraxes is Daemons. Cyrax.
Yeah, he's
Cyrax is probably the
bloodworm.
smallest of the big ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they got some wild ones that were trying. That one was big now. Vermithor. We need to get Vermithor out there. It's flying
He's not
around.
a wild one. He's
just unclaimed.
I don't know what they consider him. He used to be the old kings, so he was claimed,
Gotcha.
not claimed anymore.
I'm curious to see if they're going to throw the young Valerian or Daemon's daughters out there in the fights.
Oh, one of Daemon's daughters has a dragon already. One of them doesn't.
Right. Are they throwing Bella or Bela on a dragon?
Bela on a dragon. Yeah.
Have to.
It should be
We need
small.
more dragons.
It should be small like Jace's too, but yeah.
Unless she pulls an Aemond and jumps on Big Dog. Someone's jumping on Big Dog.
I think Bela's is already small. Actually, I don't know. Bela maybe claimed. She might have claimed an already claimed one too. But yeah, she could claim whatever.
Someone needs to hop on Big Dog.
Yeah.
Or us singing to a dragon in season 1 was just a waste of time too.
Exactly. Yeah. Set up for nothing. All right, so then we're back to Aegon's court.
He's just again, he's an idiot.
He doesn't know what's going on. He's kind of trying to be nice, kind of. He's like, oh yeah, give him a sheep. I don't care.
Like, did anybody talk to him beforehand? It's half Otto's fault. He had no game plan going into this thing.
Yeah. I'm just walking up the steps every single time that he makes a rule and just correct him.
And just and it's much longer. It's not like you're leaning over into his ear. It's I gotta fucking walk up there and whisper to him. Yeah. Talk of sheep. They put a tax on sheep to feed the dragons, which I never, you think about that. We need to feed these guys.
Danny should have thought about this.
Do you have to feed them more because they're going to war?
That's what Otto said. Yeah, he's like, that's what this is for. He's like, because we expect that they're going to be hungrier because they'll be exercising more, pretty much.
Yeah.
And then after that, Larys was looking in on that, and after that, Larys takes Aegon aside, and he's like, yo, you keep fucking listening to Otto?
Why are you letting this guy? Come on. He was your dad's hand. That's why I thought at some point in this episode, I thought he was going to name Aemond his hand.
Aemond, gotcha.
That's kind of my one prediction.
Okay.
Is that he's got to name somebody. I think he would name. He said it Aemond's. He says it while he's drunk on the throne. He's as loyal as a dog. He'll.
Yeah. He's kind of like the Gregor.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's quite true. I think Aegon's reading
we haven't really
a
seen
little
it yet.
wrong. I mean, Aemond did drag him out from under a table not too long ago, and
that's true.
Told him to sack up.
Figure it out. Yeah. Then Alicent and Otto meeting. She's basically stop undermining me. My kids are gonna never listen to me ever again.
They're not gonna. Yeah. He's like, oh, sorry, I didn't think about that. Yes, you did. You thought of that.
Yeah. You kind of see Cersei, Joffrey coming, right, with Alicent and Aegon if things don't get better.
I mean, it's just these people don't he doesn't respect his mom for why would he, in their times, the mom is I know Alicent's been playing this game, she's obviously she was doing the council chambers while even Viserys was sick, right?
I'm just saying, up until he became king, he's like a normal kid. He
didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, but if you mouth off, you can get smacked. Right now,
yeah, but I think they were taking those smacks.
Smacked, he can be like, "Yo, Eric, cut her hand off."
Right.
Which is kind of what Joffrey started threatening to do with Cersei, right?
Ever since he started throwing that sword up in the air, he felt the power of the crown.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what that's starting to show. It's and Alicent and Otto know that they got to tread lightly.
Yeah,
he has the power now.
I want to go back to the council chamber or when he's doing the shit in the throne room, just because the Smiths are struggling to build the Scorpions, and he's like, "Yo, I'll pay you," and it kind of shows you he's trying to learn a little bit by saying "Oh, the small people are going to be most important to us during this war," right? So that word gets spread out then later on.
Well, he's trying to prevent what's happened in Joffrey's time, where all the small folk are against you, and you have enemies without and enemies within, right?
Yeah. So I'll give him a little bit of credit, but he's definitely a douche canoosh Aegon.
I just feel like that's a fair deal too. At least half the gold up front. That's what the blacksmiths are asking for, right? Not necessarily more, just give it to us up front so we can buy the raw materials.
Buy the materials, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then we go back to the. Oh wait, Alicent does say this too in their little meeting. She was like, "Yo, let's just win. Let's win this war. Let's get peace. That's what we want. We want Aegon sitting on the throne and peace." and if there is, he'll get bored, and then we can get back to like running this shit.
Yeah. Well, earlier everyone was kind of blaming, because what she's referring to, I think everyone was kind of blaming her for everything, right? Because in the first season, basically when everything kicked off, there was that like one episode which was I thought kind of dumb, where they had this like race for Aegon, right? Alicent versus Otto, right?
Is that when they found him under the table?
Exactly, yeah, in the Sept or whatever, right? And basically the idea was, if Otto gets him, Otto can have him command that we should send people to kill Rhaenyra right now. If Alicent does, then we play it more cool. Alicent ends up winning. They played it more cool. Didn't kill Rhaenyra right away. So in that council chamber earlier in this episode, they're like, well, now we're in this fucking war because we didn't kill Rhaenyra right away. And Otto's like, yeah, good move.
We made mistakes. Mistakes built after Viserys' death.
Yeah, with some major side eye towards Alicent. Basically, everyone was. Yeah. Otto's like blaming it on her. Yeah.
Right. And Aegon's like, bullshit. This is your fault, not mine. Even though I really started off, but so we get to the Valerian ship. It's kind of, I don't understand why there's no one on here but the White Worm.
Yeah, I didn't understand it either. At first, I thought like she was trying to get captured. Like this was like her like giving herself over to Daemon. Like, hey, let me help you. But then it didn't really seem like that when he came up and started like scheming. She's like, don't scheme with me. And then like, again, to me, I thought the whole point was going to be because she's the one that like kind of facilitates blood and cheese in the books.
Yeah.
But here, he just like shows up. He just does it all himself pretty much, right? Like, unless she somehow connected him with cheese, which I think is what they were trying to imply. Daemon found the guy in the City Watch because he had connections there. She found the rat catcher.
Right. Or it was the rat catcher was one of her on her
Spies
payroll type of deal.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it's just good. Like, I couldn't really understand like why she would have been here. Like, she could have just kept doing what she was doing.
Yeah, at first I thought it was going to be intentional. Like, hey, I'll be on your side. But yeah, then it seemed like an accident. So I don't know. I think it was just kind of like good fortune. So David had someone to help him with the plots.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know much about these relationships. So like I know you do, and you probably don't want to spoil me.
Well, I think it's different. I feel like, again, there's kind of this rift that Daemon has with her because she was selling secrets to Otto.
Right. But he was also like sleeping with her, right? And like probably like he's mad because she was selling on him.
Well, I guess she sold on him about Rhaenyra. That's not necessarily something that happens in the books. Again, it might have happened, but there's a lot of stuff that could.
When Rhaenyra was running through the brothel.
Yeah, when him and Rhaenyra at the brothel, she's the one that informed on them. The only other time we know that worked with Otto is when she was trying to help Otto find Aegon.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Right. Yeah. So weird for sure.
My point is, I think in the books those two things don't happen. So Daemon and her are like kind of always on good terms. Like he kind of always just like has a spy connection with her.
Yeah.
Right. So I think in the show they kind of had to explain this like falling out. That's why it was like this weird blockade thing. Like I think the way the book does it is like Daemon just sent word to his connections and
to his spy to his
they made blood and cheese happen. Exactly. So
right.
Again, it seemed kind of convoluted, but whatever.
Yeah. So it gives us a little sight of other Eric. Eric's the one that finds her.
Eric with the E.
And he's the one that then has to put her in a traitor cell. And it's just kind of like a little, you're a traitor, your brother's a traitor, like blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, well, we didn't know which part of the family to fight when we're supposed to protect all of them. It was just kind of, some conversations that are like, what are we doing? Kind of. Yeah. I don't know.
It was like Jaime dilemma, pretty much, is what he was saying. It's like you swear all these vows, sometimes they just contradict each other.
Right. Yeah. I'm supposed to, like, Aegon's still the royal family, right? That's his.
Like, could have been a cool conversation if he was talking to somebody else. Like, Daemon doesn't give a fuck what you have to say. Like, you might as well be talking to the wall. Like, he's like, so, I don't give a fuck. You should have been on my side the entire time. It's kind of like Daemon's point of view, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rhaenyra comes back. Syrax makes some noise.
Yep.
And she's all fucked up. Hair's all fucked up. I was trying to, like, to see, like, obviously the next scene she's in, she's nice and tight with the braid. It's kind of like, we talked about it before, like, as Dany's hair got more messier, she was angrier or madder.
Mad queen.
Rhaenyra's obviously, she's mad when her hair's fucked up, and then she gets tightened up, and she's just sad then.
Yeah. Because when she shows up, everyone's, like, giving her war updates, and she's like, I want Aemond.
Yeah. Just stop talking.
That's it. That's what we're doing. Yeah. So, Then she talks to Jace. Her and Jace kind of have like a moment there. We get the update. We got the
before that, we go to the White Worm. Damon wants her spies and knowledge.
Yeah,
and that's when it's like, all right, like we'll work together. But
yeah, knowledge for freedom.
But like she doesn't want to work together. But yeah,
she
wants out.
Yeah, that's kind of how I figured out it wasn't on purpose that she got captured, right? So yeah.
Jace returns.
Jace, little moment. We got the North. We got the Vale.
I like that he's trying to be a strong dude. Like
he's trying to hold it together.
He's
not cry,
trying to
just give
stand on business.
Yeah.
I
like Jace. He seems like a cool guy.
Jace grew up a lot in the off
that's
season.
a problem. This should have been like 0 time passage.
I actually didn't recognize. I should have said this early on. I didn't recognize him. I thought he was like another North guy. Like I thought it was two North guys talking.
Yeah,
because he was like dark hair. I mean, obviously he's dark haired and I don't think he had a dragon on him in the first scene. Like it was a little bit.
Yeah, kind of a bummer. Like we're at the wall, and he even talks about how Jaehaerys' dragon. I think it's actually in the books. Queen Alisane's dragon can't go past it. I'm just saying they said like, hey, dragons can't fly over the wall, or like when last time they had him here, they wouldn't fly over the wall until Drogon. But I'm just saying like, why couldn't they? Should have shown it, right? Show don't tell. Jace has a dragon. Have Jace's dragon not
pull
go
up
over
to the
wall
and like
exactly like fuck that shit. Yeah, like that would have been cool. I don't know. So
yeah.
So they have a cool moment. Then we're back to Alicent and the Sept. Kind of cut back and forth with Luke's funeral.
What's the first name she says? A Florent?
Yeah, I don't even know who that was. It was some woman.
I was like, what the fuck? Because I heard Florent. I was like, why are we talking about the Florents? Because then it was Viserys and then it was Luke, right? Those were the 3 names. So like,
yeah.
Who is this Florent and why does it mean so much to her?
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to check it out in like a recap video or something tomorrow. I'll get back to you on that one.
Yeah. But I was like, damn, like, all right, who the fuck's this Florent? Like, why? But okay, so you're sad about your husband, and then you are sad about Luke.
Yep. Intercut with the Luke funeral.
Yeah, which was nice. I mean, a sad deal.
That was a sad moment.
Joffrey too, right? With Jace.
Yeah.
Joffrey.
That's
what's
the third
his last
one.
name? Is he a Valerian?
Velaryon. Yeah.
Velaryon.
Jace, Luke, Joffrey, to Laenor, probably actually Harwin.
Yeah.
Then Aegon the Younger and Viserys.
We haven't seen them yet.
Those were the babies I sent you the picture of.
Yeah. But
I don't know if we've seen them this.
We didn't see them today.
No,
tonight.
Again, they're babies.
And then who are the Daemon's daughters? Baela and
Rhaena.
Okay. All right. So yeah. Then we get Daemon sneaking in, pulling a little onion knight.
Yep. Setting up Blood and Cheese.
And his buddy Blood is a gold cloak. He's still a gold cloak, right?
And not in the books, but yeah, here.
Okay. Lets him in the side gate. Meet up with Cheese and who I just had as rat catcher. And he knows the tunnels of the Red Keep better than anyone, and they're gonna go find Aemond. It
is cool. They do sprinkle in quotes directly from the book every once in a while. Like when he said, "I know it better than my own cock." That's a quote from the dwarf, like the most unreliable of the 3 narrators that we have, giving us different accounts at this time period. He's like, "Oh yeah, Cheese was said to have known the Red Keep's tunnels better than his own cock."
Just by some dwarf in the streets.
Yeah. Also, when Daemon called Vhagar a hoary old bitch, I think she gets described like that at one point. When he's like, Rhaenys, let's go. Like right now, hop on your dragon. Let's go kill Aemon and that hoary old bitch Vhagar. Like I think that's like a fan favorite description because she's like old grandma.
Holes in the wings.
Holes in the wings. Exactly. Yeah. So. Yep. Yeah. Then we get to Aemon and Christian Cole with like their little
talking strat. Again, this didn't make any sense to me. Like what they're doing with the coins, I don't know. They're just talking, right? And I'm like, what are they doing? Are they moving troops around? Are they like saying who they need to go after? I just couldn't see the map. I couldn't see what the coins were. They're talking quietly and fast, and it's like, okay, like I put it on my notes to rewatch again to try to see like what they're actually doing. Like obviously they're talking strategy. What their strategy is, I don't know.
Is your point that they don't have power to do that? Because that's a good point.
No, I don't care. I don't care that they. I don't care that they're strategizing without other people.
Gotcha.
I just wanted to know what they were trying to accomplish. Like, are they just moving coins around on a map, or are they like, do they actually like, are they forming a plan that they're going to try to do?
I know what's going to happen, so I don't want to say too much because I don't think even on a rewatch you're going to see it. I don't think they're actually showing specific movements. They kind of said what they were going to do. They basically said we're going to take Rosby and Stokeworth, which if you're a show only person, you probably don't know what they are.
The castle's outside the King's Landing.
They're right next to King's Landing. We know them from the books, right? That's Lady Tanda and Giles Rosby, right? Lady Tanda's from Stokeworth, and Rosby, the guy who coughs all the time, or I think that's Giles Rosby, coughs all the time. He's is
that where they hid Tommen? Tried to?
Yes, exactly. Where they hid Tommen. Yep, that's a book only thing, but exactly. So 2 castles really close to King's Landing. Basically, they're like, okay, we'll start there. Hopefully, not fight them. Just show up and be like, yo, you're on our side now, and they'll be like, yeah, because we'll have Vhagar, and then we'll just like kind of.
I mean, you're in the shadow. You're in the shadow of the castle. Like, are you really?
But like that's kind of what they were saying. Is like, and we'll just basically just do that as we go on and grow an army by going place to place with Vhagar as we kind of. And again, it seemed like they moved. You might be able to tell where their destination is, but it seems like in general they kind of said it in the council Riverlands. That's where shit's gonna be popping off.
Right. And it was like they were moving 2 coins to like 3. I was just like, I knew what they were doing, right? But it was just like, what was it actually? What was the context of it? So, but like I didn't hear Stokesworth or Rosby, like, or I didn't pick up on it. So
again, that might have been a subtitle help by me, but yeah. And pretty much they're scheming, which Otto comes in right away and is like, Christian, get out of here. Yeah. Aemon, quit scheming. Like, just listen to me. You'll have the time to
quit
fight.
Scheming. And like I have shit that you don't know that I need, like you're gonna find out. Which
kind of the Tywin answer. It's like, I'm not telling you everything. Trust me.
Yeah, you don't know what you don't know.
If you knew what I knew, it would make sense. Yeah, exactly. So, which is always a hard argument to fight against. So,
which seems like he was kind of receptive to that. Like, all right, like I'll listen to you for now, old man.
I think Aemon's my favorite. He might be my favorite one on the show so far. I think his acting's really good.
I mean, Aemon and Daemon, I think, give us the most flavor.
I just feel like there was a lot of stuff in this episode that came off a little cringy. Like Krieg and Stark saying, what's out there? Death. There was a few other moments that I was like, okay, I don't know. Like, you should have reined that one in a little bit. And I feel like Aemon is like a really, like, on paper, cringy character. He's got a sapphire eye, wears an eye patch. He's all, like, moody and schemy and, like, I just want to kill everyone.
I don't understand why he's wearing an eye patch if he has a sweet sapphire eye. Show that thing off. Like, why would you be
then it's not as epic when you, like, it's like a boss fight moment. It's like a second stage thing. Exactly. Like,
but it's been revealed. It's kind of like we know.
Yeah, but now, I don't know. It's
cool. Like Kylo Ren took off his helmet. Like, all right, we know that, that guy has big ears now. We can't unsee that.
What it actually reminds me of is Euron. Right, he gives me Euron vibes, like Euron from the book, not Euron from the show. Like he's kind of like really edgy. And
I gotta read Euron again. You know that.
That's true. I just think there's a lot of like,
Aemon's
like
cool.
stuff that was a little cringy, and Aemon on paper I think would be the most easy thing to come off as pretty cringy, and I think he kind of plays it off really well. I didn't really get that at all from him.
Yeah. So no, I mean he's a cool character.
Yeah, liked him.
I want to see him fight. Like I'm ready for like a dope ass sword. Aemon Daemon sword fight. I need it. It better be here. If I don't, if this thing ends without them fighting, I don't care.
They have dragons. They can both live. That's the problem. It's hard to get people who have dragons like into a.
They gotta get knocked off. They'll be fighting up in the sky while they're fighting on like a rampart. I actually thought I would have been stupid if Daemon actually went much further than he did on this mission, but I didn't know how far he was going in.
That's the other thing I don't like about him going to King's Landing. Like in the book, he commands this from afar, like with ravens and messengers and stuff. Like, I feel like Daemon would have been like, "I'm in. Like, let's fucking go.
Yeah, like I'll go kill all these people."
Like he's there. He's not going to be like, "Yeah, you guys go." Like what? Like why is he sending blood? Like kind of like it's like Jaime Lannister. We're in Storm of Swords for the normal podcast right now. We've definitely hit a Jaime podcast recently. It might even been the last one we did where he's talking to Cersei about the cat's paw dagger. And like who did it?
Yep, we just did that.
Jaime's thing is like I would never send someone to do my killing for me.
Right.
If Jaime's not going to send someone to do his killing for me, there's no way Daemon is, right? Like Daemon's, I don't know.
Yeah, but to actually get through the whole castle, like I don't know, but
he's blood.
To trust to trust this rat catcher to kill Aemon. Like,
true.
even if these two guys got Aemon in his bedroom, I think they probably take the L. That's what I was expecting. I was expecting Aemon to thwart the plan, and then like they're like, oh shit, Rhaenyra sent these two assassins. Like now it's on. Now everyone's on board to the fight.
Yeah, for a second I thought so too, because like I said, there wasn't a Aegon and Helaena have two sons in the books,
right?
So I figured like, oh, just fuck that. Don't do the Helaena thing at all. She'll end up with the same number of kids, right? That'll come out in the wash. These two guys will actually go to Aemon, and it just won't work out, and it'll be like a big surprise even for the people like us who have read the books. I was thinking that for a second when they were like kind of wandering the halls. It didn't end up going that way, but
yeah. I mean, I like. I mean, it was gruesome the way it went. Like, sorry for the young buck, but
so people like a lot of the
curious.
Let me ask you this: a lot of the book, like us book fans, like at the end of last season, people were saying, "Oh, Blood and Cheese next season will probably be like episode 2, maybe the beginning of episode 2, and it'll probably be like Red Wedding level."
They couldn't kill the kid.
That wasn't anywhere near. Was that anywhere near? Maybe it's hard for me to say because when I watched Red Wedding, I hadn't read it, right? Because
I didn't think it was very hard to watch. You don't see anything; you just hear it, which is nasty.
Yeah.
But like
it wasn't even that surprising. Like,
it wasn't
it was
even
surprising,
close
I'm sure, but yeah, it's not the same thing.
I mean, I was ready for them to kill the kid. I didn't think they would hack off his head or whatever happened, but
yeah, again, I don't think they did it badly. I feel like I'm being really negative on the episode. I don't hate the episode, but I think it was mid, like 7 out of 10. My final rating.
But again, like you can't kill the kid. No one's ever killed a kid that young. I don't think I mean, that would have been like as gruesome as like
Rob's wife was pregnant. They stabbed her in the stomach in Red Wedding.
No, that was bad.
That's what I'm saying. And that's not in the books. They crank it up. They made it what was in the books worse in the show.
Yeah.
Here, I feel like they really cranked it down.
I mean, it would have been like if you had that kid awake and like crying for his life, it would have been like Stannis burning, like that level. That's the what's her name? Why am I
Shireen?
Shireen.
Well, that was the other thing is Helaena didn't scream at all.
Well, we know Helena's weird.
Yeah.
She might not have screamed even if he didn't like threaten her. Like she might have just been like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, but the little girl didn't scream.
I mean, she just woke up. I mean, sometimes I wake up and I'm like, what the hell? Do I got to go to the bathroom?
I don't know. Your twin's being murdered by two weirdos. Like,
yeah, but
even just
again,
two
like,
weirdos. She's 6.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. When I wake up, when I have to wake up my son, he's like he's looking around the walls for like a good minute before
he's not screaming. Oh, really? Okay.
Oh no! If you wake him up, it's just wide eyed.
He's
like,
more just surprised.
Fuck?
Yeah,
what
like,
the fuck just happened?
Gotcha.
I was dreaming about something.
Yeah, gotcha.
Okay. Yeah, so they run around, gets to the throne room. Aegon's drinking. His friends are hyping him up.
I think they're trying. Like, I feel like they're trying to make Aegon. They're trying to make everyone like too friendly. I feel like they're not letting anybody be bad. I don't like it. Oh, they're all in the books. They're all bad.
Aegon sounded like a douche here. Like, oh, he's like, he was pulling a Joffrey. Like, I'm the man. I'm gonna send Aemon to do whatever I want, and he'll listen. Yeah,
I feel like I felt like it was relatable. I've been there. I've been drunk, just talking shit that I could definitely not back up to my boys. You could definitely vouch for that. You've been on the receiving end of that
for sure. But say Aemon walks in, like he's gonna shut up, and they'd be like, I'm a douche.
For sure. But I'm sure there's been times like in college where I'm like, yo, I would fuck Steve up right now. Like I wish Steve would walk, and then Steve would walk in and I'm like, what's up, Steve? Good seeing you, brother.
For sure.
So it's like it's relatable. I don't know. I feel like
so you're
maybe
Aegon.
not likable,
you
but
relate
relatable.
You relate to Aegon.
I feel like that was the point of that scene. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you disagree. If I'm just a douchebag, I guess. But yeah, cool. They're sneaking through.
So they get into his room. It was weird. Why did the rat catcher not want to go upstairs? Why was he like, this is where I stop? And then Blood had to kill him, or like threaten to kill him. And then they kicked the dog. Like, what was the point of the dog?
Yeah, I don't know the point of the dog either. Like, is the dog going to show back up next episode? Like, I was afraid they were going to hurt the dog.
Did I say it? I'm curious of what happens to Blood and Cheese. Like, my guess is they don't get out.
That's true, because Helena runs away from them.
But they seem like they have enough time to get out, or at least hide in a tunnel.
I don't know.
You do know, and it's fine. You don't have to tell me. I'm going to think that they don't get out. That's my guess. So, yeah. So that he's not in Aemon's room. They start looking at other ones. A maid sees him. Like, I was like, okay, this maid, like, that's suspicious. That's weird. Whose side is the maid on? Is the maid going to tell Larys right now? Is she going to tell just anyone she could see?
I think she might have just got the fuck out because she was there when Helena said the weird shit about the rats earlier. I don't know if you noticed that, but when Helena was like, "I'm not afraid of dragons, I'm afraid of rats," she was like, "What the fuck are you talking?" She was like in the background, like, "What the fuck's this lady talking about?" And then Blood is like, he gets spotted, and he's like, "Oh, for the rats," and he starts setting up the rat traps.
And he doesn't know how to set that trap up.
No, and I think she's like, "Fuck," and she just, I'm saving my skin. Yeah, she might have gone to tell somebody, but
there's no rats up here. I'm out.
Yeah, but yeah. So,
and then we have the scene. Helena, do you think she tried to pull a smart one by pointing at the?
Well, I don't think so, right? Because she says when she gets to Allison, she's like, "They killed the boy." So
yeah, I'm saying when she actually points at Jaehaerys, was she hoping that they would go kill the girl? Which like again, like that's one that like if they're boy and girl, they could find out pretty quick, right? The guys even like look for a cock, like. They pulled out the pants. They figured out they killed the boy. Like it was more likely that with her pointing to trying to like play the joke or not a joke, but like pull one over on them that both died. They're just like, all right, kill both of them. Like who gives? But they only wanted a son. They
were trying to force the pointing moment from the books in the show when they didn't need to. It's kind of how I read that. Right? Like again, the pointing moment in the books is kind of crazy because to like pick a son, she picks the younger son. They go and whisper into the younger son's ear, "You hear that, kid? Your mommy wants you dead," and then they kill the older son.
And that's just to fuck him up for the rest of his life.
And she has to grow up raising the son.
I feel like that's happened in well, that's the Joker. That's the Joker Batman. Who do you want?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like the pointing is great there. The pointing here, like we're saying, like it doesn't really make sense. Like they should just look at their pants.
Like I don't understand why they couldn't get another young kid with a wig to be in a crib.
Yeah, I don't know. We were talking about this in the Discord, not in one of the chats in the Fire and Blood chat that you can't see, but we were like, I wonder how they're going to do this without the younger son. Like, I'm sure they'll figure it out.
Why couldn't they have just introduced him though?
I don't know. They could have. They could have introduced him in this episode.
How did you know that he wasn't going to be in it?
I looked it up. I saw that he wasn't going to be in it.
Wow, you're a Googler.
Well, there's another son that hasn't been. Allison has another son that hasn't been mentioned yet that will be in it.
From Viserys?
Yeah, it makes sense that he hasn't been in it yet because he gets sent away to Old Town. Like he should have been in season 1 too. They should have showed him. If it was me, I would have shown him and been like, "You're off to Old Town to foster with Otto's brother or whatever." But it kind of makes sense that he's not in it. But I think the show has confirmed that he will be in it at some point. He just hasn't been yet because they don't want to throw too many characters at us at one point. Which I get. But.
There's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of names, a lot of similar names, I'm sure. And Allison just gets one more ride in before the night's over.
Again, Allison could have been in the room. Like they somehow could have made that work where they both. Because again, I think that's another big part of it.
I mean, I don't know why they couldn't have done exactly what was written in the book.
Yeah, because this is one of the things in the book where it's not like, oh, it's one of these 4 things that happened. It's like, no, this is how it went down.
Which tells me that Blood and Cheese don't get out. Their asses got caught.
I didn't say that, but...
Well, I'm just assuming that they're going to get tortured, and that's the...
Oh, gotcha.
They're figuring... That's how they figure out the details.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, so that's the end of it. Don't gotta linger. I didn't watch it. You've convinced me now. I'm not watching trailers, so I don't watch the trailer for the next episode. I do want to go back and watch the after the show.
I'm just going back to rewatch the episode at some point. I need to...
Yeah, I'll probably rewatch it before next one, too.
Probably throw some
I definitely want to watch
the
after the show with the showrunners because I feel like they got a little explaining to do for like some of the things I said. Like, and he's a big fan. Ryan Connell's a big fan. He hasn't done me wrong so far, but
he did you wrong in the first scene. It sounds like you're pissed.
Not pissed, but I don't love it. Like I feel like second season Game of Thrones so like better than second season House of Dragon so far. But again, let us know in the comments what you guys think. And that's kind of that's why I was wondering like what your take is more importantly because. You know me, I can definitely get book snobbish when I've read the book before I've seen the show. So I don't know if it's that it was bad or that it was just different and I'm just upset because of that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, not upset's maybe not the right word, but 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm not much higher than rookie score by you. Would say 7.2.
7.2.
6.8 in that range. The biggest part was obviously the end and not that I wanted to see the kid get his head chopped off or whatever they did to him, but the biggest thing you don't even see, you hear.
Yeah, it's kind of
weird.
screen. Yeah, and again, Helena's reaction, whether if it makes sense for her character or not, but like it wasn't very like emotion inducing.
And we kind of had this conversation off screen too. How old was the kid supposed to be? 9?
I think it's 6. I think the twins are supposed to be 6.
Okay, that kid was like 4, 5. I don't know.
You're the kid age expert. I don't know.
Well, not really, but the kid didn't look like he was belonged in 2nd grade, 3rd grade.
I think from the picture I sent you last time, 3 is what you said. They looked to be 3.
He looked.
He looked a little older than
really
3 though in the
talking.
council meeting. But yeah, that's rude. That's right. He wasn't talking there either though. So
he might have been 4 or 5, but I like for just from the picture, like I don't know.
Not that
But
it
like
really matters,
the biggest part of the episode you don't see. There's I said, a lot of bopping around. We're zipping and bopping like crazy.
Yeah. Hopefully we get some longer, more like intimate scenes next time.
We need to be able to sit into some conversations.
Yeah, and again, especially like you said, only 8 episodes, so like don't be wasting our time here.
Yeah, you saw, what did we see Rhaenyra do today?
Get sad and then
She got sad, she got mad, then they got sad again, and then Damon didn't do, like, none of them really did anything.
Yeah,
But Blood and Cheese did everything. That was so. I don't know. Obviously, it's a start. I'm not gonna shit on it. I had like 89% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, I don't know, 72%. We're
exactly.
back to.
I feel like people are excited. So if you're excited and you're listening to this, I'm definitely not trying to like shit on your rain on your parade. I want it to be good, but wasn't striking the chord.
Well, I'm not excited. I was just expecting more, but I was probably expecting more off of season 1, episode 1 too. Like, how did that end?
I mean, season 1, episode 1 kind of slapped. They had the tournament and the birth scene that was like juxtaposed, right? Baby's dead, and then Rhaenyra gets named heir at the end.
Yeah, that was better.
Yeah.
But again, we got to sit with the characters a little bit more. Like, we had more. Like, the conversations here were so fast.
Yeah.
Which we know the characters. It's not like we had to learn them again. But
And there weren't really any real disagreements.
yeah.
Like Audio and Allison were like, "Hey, let's be on the same page." We're like,
And it was
I
like,
don't know.
okay. And it was like, okay, move on. And then they just moved on to the
Yeah.
next scene. I just what I'm saying. It was just too fast moving, I think.
yeah. So, but I think they have a lot to work with. The war is definitely on. So
Well, yeah,
I
let's
think
just
just
pop off.
action wise, I think they'll be able to make up some of these episodes. I think just off pure action. So
I'm ready for something. Oh wait, I want to talk about one thing. When they were in Aemon's room, they flashed to the wall, and it definitely looked like the burning of Harrenhal.
that's what I was thinking too. I think that's part of the tapestry. That was part of the tapestry as well, like in the intro scene. So maybe the tapestry is in Aemon's
prediction. We'll be at Harrenhal pretty soon. That's my prediction.
It's in the Riverlands.
Yeah.
So yeah,
we'll be at Harrenhal soon.
If we do, I hope we see it because I think we saw it twice last season, but like not well.
Yeah, I want to see a dope fight of them, like dragons fighting around the burned tower. Like, that would be sweet, right? Because you can see
The whole
what
castle
these things caused, and see the castle.
And the destruction. Yeah, be sweet.
So, all right.
So
I'm out. Are you staying on for spoiler talk?
Nah, I don't think so. It's awkward when I try and talk to myself. There are a few things I could mention, but I think if you're interested in spoiler talk, I would just say join the Discord. The link will be below. I kind of mentioned a few times that we were definitely kind of talking about some of it in the Fire and Blood channel past couple days. So we can chat about it there.
Well,
and I kind of alluded to some things while I was talking to you without outright saying it. So hopefully any people who have read Fire and Blood got the little wink and the nod over the audio. But yeah, so that'll be the plan. That's kind of how we'll do these for the rest of the season. So we'll see you guys in the next one for episode 2. And if you guys have read the books, check out our podcast on the books, episode by episode. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. Bye.